Welcome to Disembodied Screams. Spoilers, possibly, maybe. Proceed with caution. You've been warned. With all that said, let's get started. Quick disclaimer: two 9-month-old cats upstairs running around. You might hear them on the speaker. Just want to let you know that. And recording these in batches, so that's why the same shirt. Just didn't want to get out of my chair. Just wanted to keep recording. So hope you enjoy the shirt. Jimmy Buffett concert shirt from 1995. So anyways, YouTube doesn't like dilly-dallying, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on to the meat on the bone. Let's go to it. Roger Corman. That name should be well known to all horror fans. He was lurking somewhere behind the scenes on this movie. Obviously, there was some turmoil behind this movie, like producer turmoil, directing turmoil, a lot going on. Roger Corman was there somewhere. If you don't know who he is, he was a big deal for sure. I'm going to get on some reading now. Corman was famous for handling the American distribution of many films by noted foreign directors including Federico Fellini, Ingmar Bergman, Francois Truffaut, Akira Kurosawa. He mentored and gave a start to many young film directors such as Francis Ford Coppola, Ron Howard, Martin Scorsese, Jonathan Demme, Peter Bogdanovich, Joe Dante, John Sayles, and James Cameron. And he was highly influential in the new Hollywood filmmaking movement of the 1960s and 1970s. He also helped to launch the careers of actors including, it's crazy stuff, Peter Fonda, Jack Nicholson, Dennis Hopper, Bruce Dern, Diane Lane, and William Shatner. There's something on the wing. Needless to say, he was a very big deal in the movie industry. So wherever he was lurking behind the scenes on this one, I'm glad he was there because he helped to make an awesome movie. All right, moving on. Like Monster Island, this movie only has to get one thing truly right: the creatures. And this movie shines brightest in that department. Probably the best reason to tune in is the creatures. I love the look of them. Slimy, scaly, with nasty mouths and big eyes and claws and long arms and tails and fins and scales and on it goes. Just nasty, nasty creatures from the deep. These creatures look like nothing you'd want to mess with. And when they get to killing, they separate body parts nicely. And when they don't kill you, they leave a nasty scar behind. Thinking of that dude in the ocean, get his face halfway ripped off. That was a pretty nasty, gnarly little kill right there. There's plenty of gore to go around. So if you are a gore-hound and you like some gore, you won't go wrong with this one. Score, amazing. Another one of its biggest highlights, its biggest strengths. So tune in for the score, tune in for the monsters, and you will not be disappointed. James Horner, that name should be putting some bells and ringing stuff inside your head, was the man making the music on this one. And like with Roger Corman, Wikipedia had this to say about James Horner. He was an American composer. He worked on more than 160 film and television productions between 1978 and 2015. He was known for the integration of choral and electronic elements alongside traditional orchestrations and for his use of motifs associated with Celtic music. Moving on, this is impressive. The guy who worked on Humanoids from the Deep. Just think about that movie and then think about these movies. It's wild. Horner won 2 Academy Awards for his musical composition to James Cameron's Titanic. Yeah, big deal of a movie, which became the best-selling orchestral film soundtrack of all time. He also wrote the score for the highest-grossing film of all time, Cameron's Avatar. Horner's other Oscar-nominated scores were for Aliens, An American Tale, Field of Dreams, Apollo 13, Braveheart, A Beautiful Mind, and House of Sand and Fog. Horner's other notable scores include Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Willow, The Land Before Time, Glory, The Rocketeer, Legends of the Fall, Jumanji, Casper, Balto, The Mask of Zorro, Deep Impact. I'm almost going to keep going. The Perfect Storm, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Troy, The New World, The Legend of Zorro, Apocalypto, The Karate Kid, And to tie it back into this channel, because eventually I'm going to cover this series of movies, The Amazing Spider-Man. So, Corman was a big deal. Horner was a big deal. I mean, that's some true talent behind the scenes on this movie. And it just shines through and through this movie in every scene and thing. I had it playing in the background while I was actually writing this script. Truly, truly great score. I'll include a link to it in the show notes. I found on YouTube. If it's still there, I hope it's still there because I would really like you to hear it. It's an amazing score. Moving on, direction was solid from Barbara Peters, and it was the last feature film directed by her, according to Wikipedia. And also from Wikipedia, it says there was an uncredited Jimmy T. Murakami directing something behind the lens. Like I was saying, producer, director, there's a lot of chaos behind the lens, but they got a lot done. Made a really great movie, even with all the drama. Location, perfect for a movie like this. The scenic little coastal town is a great backdrop for the horrors these creatures unleash. Acting better than expected. Again, nothing, I'm going to use this as a metaphor throughout this channel. Nothing good enough for Shakespeare, but it gets the job done and it doesn't take you out of the moment or take you out of the movie. All in all, this was a nice revisit for me. And I do think this will get more rewatches in the future. Can't believe I haven't seen it more throughout my lifetime. All right, now the haiku and a close of the episode. When did you see Humanoids from the Deep for the first time? How old were you? Do you enjoy movies like this? Because I plan to cover a lot more B movies like this on the channel. All right, let me know all that goodness below. Take care and have a good one.